WrestleMania 38 is looking like straight trash. It's supposed to be that time of the year where WWE is exciting. We're on the road to WrestleMania, and I only really care about Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns with both titles on the line. Other than that, I think that Becky versus Bianca is also going to be cool, but I'm not too excited for it. Then there is nothing else. Honestly, the WWE shouldn't be using the word stupendous for the WrestleMania slogan. The buildup has actually been horrendous. In today's video, I'm going to tell you why WrestleMania looks like trash, as well as some rumors that are actually scaring me for the premium live events. Last week, it was rumored that Pat McAfee was scheduled to wrestle on the show. That was decent news, I guess, because we've seen him in NXT and Pat can actually put on a good match. His bout against Adam Cole exceeded anybody's expectations. McAfee is also extremely charismatic, and there aren't too many people that can match his energy. However, the rumored opponent for him will have you scratching your head. It's actually going to be Vince McMahon. Yes, you heard that correctly. A 76-year-old man who has trouble delivering coherent sentences wants to step foot inside the ring to wrestle another match in his life. The last time McMahon had a match was in 2012 when he wrestled CM Punk in the main event of an episode of Monday Night Raw. It's been a decade since. I fear that this old man will seriously get hurt in that ring. Not only that, but this cannot be a good match. Vince McMahon is 76 years old. I cannot see a 76-year-old putting on a good match. I just can't. Talk about ring rust. It is mind-boggling that this is even being considered. Who even wants to see a Pat versus Vince match? That is the most random story I've seen. This will only make WrestleMania more trash, and I hope this stays as a rumor because, like I said, it is going to be asked if it happens. Another match that is heavily rumored for WrestleMania is Kevin Owens facing off against the returning Stone Cold Steve Austin. Again, what is WWE thinking? Rather than utilizing the talent that they have on the roster and giving them a spot on the biggest wrestling show of the year, they've decided to call Stone Cold Steve Austin to come out of retirement. I don't know what they're smoking, but it's gotta be something real good. Austin has not wrestled a match since 2003. That means that this man has been out of the game for 20 years. This is what worries me. That is a very long break. Can he still put on a good match? I don't know. What makes it even worse is that his retirement match was essentially perfect. One final match against The Rock at WrestleMania was a beautiful send-off. Bringing him back to wrestle Kevin Owens when he's 57 years old could leave a bad stain on his iconic career. Maybe it's not worth coming back if he's going to have a bad match. Shawn Michaels did the same thing and he regrets his decision. Stone Cold does not even need the money. He's got plenty of it. It's possible that being the special guest referee or something along those lines of that could be a better idea. However, if this does happen, I hope it's a short match that makes him look good. That'd be the only way that this works. I still think it's wild to think that Stone Cold and Vince McMahon are taking a spot away from actual current WWE wrestlers. That kind of sucks. You know what's worse than old WWE legends coming back into the ring and taking a spot from the current athletes? A celebrity star like Johnny Knoxville doing the same thing. Sami Zayn has been in a feud with Johnny Knoxville for quite some time now, and there are rumors stating that these two will have a match at WrestleMania for the IC title. That sounds like a mess of a match. For those that remember his time in the Royal Rumble, Johnny Knoxville clearly does not know how to wrestle at all. He could not sell some strikes to the face, and it's going to be a mess if he actually gets in the ring to actually participate in a real match with Sami Zayn. What does this say to the current talent? It says that the WWE clearly does not care at all about you guys. I understand that Bad Bunny came in and had a good match last year, but not everyone can be like him. He was truly dedicated to the business and put the work in. I don't know if I can say the same thing about Knoxville. I think it should have been Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn in a banger of a match for the IC title. That is what I would have done. Once again, the WWE does Sasha Banks dirty, and because of that, it's going to make WrestleMania a little bit more trash. Sasha Banks does not get the respect that she deserves. I feel like she's definitely one of the biggest stars in the entire WWE, let alone the women's division. Banks is constantly growing her name in the pop culture world. The WWE Universe also adores her, giving her a good pop whenever she is on TV. Sasha Banks is still very capable of putting on really great matches, as we saw from WrestleMania last year when she battled Bianca Belair in the main event for the SmackDown Women's title. Despite this, she's being relegated to the Women's Tag Team division. That division is so ass because WWE doesn't care an ounce about it. Putting Sasha Banks in the division says that WWE just doesn't care about her either. If WWE took the division seriously, then it would have been totally fine, but they don't. Sasha should have been in a world title match, or at least being given an important singles match, maybe against someone like Lita, Trish, or Io Shirai. I would have even loved a serious feud with her and Naomi. Too bad that the WWE took the easy way out and put her in a tag team that they will forget about in a couple of weeks. Bobby Lashley lost the WWE Championship at Elimination Chamber because of a serious shoulder injury that he suffered at the Royal Rumble in his match against Brock Lesnar for the WWE title. And that makes a lot of sense because this man did not know how to sell a German suplex and was taking them on a shoulder after shoulder after shoulder. It looked brutal, and now we can see that it actually was. The news broke out that Lashley is reportedly going to miss the next 4 months due to this injury, which means that he's most likely not going to compete at WrestleMania and he's going to miss the show. That is a shame because Bobby Lashley has been built up as one of the top stars of the WWE in the last 2 years. I wish he was healthy so he could compete. Lashley and MVP are always a lot of fun. They're a fun duo, and it sucks that we aren't going to see them in action this time around. There are new reports stating that Bobby Lashley is trying everything in his power to get cleared for WrestleMania, and while I understand he is a freak of nature, like just look at his body at his age, it's incredible, and it's possible that he could come back, I just don't think that will be the case. I hope I'm wrong because I want to see Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. Without him, it makes WrestleMania just a little bit more trash. Cody Rhodes left AEW 2 weeks ago. After that happened, there were tons of reports stating that he was coming back to the WWE. That got me excited because I really want to see what happens next. Cody Rhodes coming to WWE would shock everyone. It is something that none of us really expected. However, time is ticking though. With WrestleMania just around the corner, I think he must have a match at the show if he's actually going to come back to WWE. It's too big of a return for him to miss WrestleMania. However, the rumors and reports have dwindled down since. We don't know if he's coming back anymore. This makes me less excited for WrestleMania now. Basically, WrestleMania 38 is going to consist of Vince McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Johnny Knoxville, Pat McAfee, and Logan Paul, which at least I think Logan Paul is going to have a decent match. But just hearing those names, I think that WrestleMania is going to be a hot mess. I can't wait to see the disaster though, because it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you all in the next video.